Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me.
Hello everyone, welcome here to Christmas. Well, not really. Christmas preview. It's way too early for Christmas, but it's not too early for a Christmas preview. So sit back and let's enjoy this winter wonderland at Hobby Lobby. Now, a consistent theme I noticed with their trees is that they aren't cheap. Even the little teeny tiny ones are kind of expensive. So if you want something that's more affordable, my suggestion is to go to Walmart, because you're not, and I'm trying to think, and I don't think I've ever seen them cheaper than Walmart, or go on eBay and maybe Amazon. I don't know, but those places are cheaper, because in Hobby Lobby they are not cheap. They had some that were $1,000 plus. The little baby ones were like $150, $160. So the trees in here aren't cheap, but the good news is that all Christmas stuff is currently 50% off. And looking at the prices, you might want to come in and get your stuff now while it's 50% off, because some of these prices, like I still stand by, like the regular price. Some of the prices though for Christmas, some of their items were a little more on the expensive side. So the good thing is that it's 50% off. So my suggestion, do you want these trees? They have these trees in person are huge. Go in there and get it now while it's on sale. But I will also say is they had, even though they had different ranges, a lot of them are kind of skinny. Like the most expensive one, it was super tall, and I forgot it was 1,000 or something. But it was like so skinny, you could see through it. It was so spaced out. But they do have trees, all different types of trees. They have flock trees, they have the garland trees, they have multiple types of trees, multiple sizes. The widths are kind of the same. They're not the widths. They do have some that are really skinny, but for the most part, they're kind of just the average size width. But again, get your trees now because they are not cheap. And you see that $1,400 price, 50% off. So it won't be $1,400 if you go in there now. That's what I would do if I was getting a tree from here. Now this is a preview video because obviously it's nowhere near time for Christmas. It's not even fall yet. So in the store they were just now putting things out. They're still putting things out. They're still putting the spaces up, getting the spaces cleared out for where they're going to put things. So some of the stuff I couldn't even reach because there was all the stuff around it. So if you don't see a price, that's because it's like, you know what, I couldn't even get to it, or it was so much in that section that kind of repeat. The same price goes for whatever the price was that I already showed previous to those items. They do have garland. They don't have a lot of the I guess you say tree garlands, the branch type garlands, but they do have some garlands. It's more on the smaller end. I didn't really see any of the larger ones other than the ones that'll come up, like the tinsel ones, the typical ones. But I don't think most people use those really anyway. But if you do, I'm pretty sure they're going to get those in. So remember, if you don't see it here, if you don't see stuff that they usually have, or you feel like it's slim pickings, this is just a preview, okay? So what you see here, I'm going to end up going back in the Hobby Lobby again once Christmas time comes around, once fall's really over, you really start shopping because you have to shop before that season hits. I'll be back in there. So they do have little cute trinkets here and there that you can put up on a tree, but this aisle was they had boxes out, so they were definitely putting this together. But they have a few things that you can check out now. Get your head in gear, get some ideas, decide if you want to get it, decide if you want to start saving for it. So this is a preview is a good way to decide how much you want to spend, what theme you want to have, and get those ideas rolling. Now this is like the second time I've seen mushrooms for Christmas. I think I even saw mushrooms for fall. Mushrooms for fall makes more sense, but the Christmas thing, is that going to be like the blue? Like everywhere you look now, you see blue for fall. Is mushrooms going to be the new blue for Christmas? That's not something I would think to put out. Have you seen that? And would you use it? I think that's a odd choice. It's not necessarily bad. It's just very odd. I would never think mushrooms for Christmas. Fall, like I said, I get because fall is more about foliage, but Christmas, that's a choice. That's a choice. One thing they did not have a shortage of, it was Christmas trees, like the big ones or the small ones. Tabletop, they had the other ones that I just showed you already. They had even more that comes up at the end. They had trees galore, trees everywhere, sparkle trees, glitter trees, plain trees, tall trees, skinny trees. You're gonna find some trees in here. There's gonna be a lot of trees, but it's not overwhelming. But they have a variety because even like people they were like, "Oh, I want a tabletop tree. Oh, this is cute." I cut the audio, but I'm like, yeah, there's plenty of tabletop trees to look for. Plenty of trees for you to choose from in all different sizes. So if you think you need some trees, you're looking for some trees, then this is definitely the store you need to hit up. Some of the stuff I filmed was like really high up. Like if ever there's like a price that you can't that I don't give, it's because it was so high up I can't even see what the price is up there. So I couldn't even like do my little thing that I do where I put my fingers in to let me know what the price was. They had a lot of stuff high up all the way down. It just said it's a lot of spaces there, but you get the idea of what you're going to get. And there are more trees, like I said, trees everywhere. And they had a good amount of tinsel. And I think for now they have like a lot of Grinch. A lot of Christmas trees, at least in my Hobby Lobby. I don't know about yours. A lot of Grinches, the Grinch things, the Grinch themed garland, wreaths, and trees. So those are the things that you will mostly see when you go in the Hobby Lobby, at least for mine anyway. There weren't that many mats. It was like the options for those were, I think it was literally only 2 mats, and I was surprised by that. But then at the same time, they are still putting things out. But 2 mats, it was the 1 mat that you just saw, and there's another one you'll see later. And I was surprised by that. I want a new Christmas mat. I don't need one, but I want one. I'm not shopping for Christmas yet, but again, it gives you ideas. But there were no Christmas mats other than those 2, and there were 0 kitchen mats. So the mats, they're not out there at all. You're going to have to wait on those. They have plenty of bowls though. Most of them are red. They didn't really deviate from that. This little pig is so adorable. I wouldn't put a pig up for Christmas, but I think it's so cute. It could go for something fun though. It could go for children's room. It doesn't have to be children, but I think it could be for something just fun. something that's not too serious, or if you want to just take away from, just have that little quirky one piece of decor, because I know a lot of people for Christmas specifically like to have that little quirky piece. I know sometimes I like to do that. I know other people who do that, and they just have that little silly piece that stands out and makes no sense with the rest of the decor. It's just there, and it's just it's not an eyesore. It just makes you laugh. It's just a conversation piece, and I think the little pig is perfect for that. Something I look for almost every Christmas is a lamppost, but I want the really tall ones. I never even thought to get the little small ones. I just kept saying all when I was in the store. These are downright adorable, and I do want them. I don't know where I will put them, but I do want them. But I'm telling you, I want the really long, really tall ones, not super tall, but I love that old-timey feel when it's like foggy out, it's a lamppost, it's cozy by a river or whatever. I have got to get me a tall lamppost. I saw one year, but it was so expensive. I said there's no way in the world I'm getting that. It made sense why it was expensive, because it was a fully functioning lamppost, like a Christmas one. But I have got to get me a lamppost. I'm determined to get one eventually. I'm probably not going to get one this year, but one of these years somebody's going to make it. They're going to make it in a price I'm willing to pay, and I'm going to get it. But in the meantime, I might settle for these little adorable ones in Hobby Lobby. You know, with this aisle, it had a lot of lanterns in this aisle. They had a good amount. It was like half lanterns, and then it switched and turned into like the real reason for Christmas. Like it turned into all about Jesus, Mary, Joseph, the manger, and everything like that. Like half this aisle, it was a lot of things I've never seen before for Christmas. There was one year where I went around my entire city in every store looking for things with like Jesus, the manger, the shepherds, the wise men, all of that stuff. Nobody had anything. And I mean nobody. I went to every store you can think of. I went to stores I never heard of, mom and pop stores. Nobody had anything. I didn't go to Hobby Lobby. That wasn't near me at the time. But I went into every single store, and I was just so annoyed and pissed off that there was literally nothing for Jesus. How do you have nothing for Jesus for Christmas time? Everything was Santa, everything was holiday season, Xmas and things like that. So when I came into this aisle, I had a flashback to that year, because I'm telling you, I'm not lying, day after day, time after time, I searched high and low for something, and the only thing I could find was, at one point Walmart did consistently have things like that, but then all of a sudden it just stopped, and they have stuff like that again now, but for a little while it stopped. But before then they always had things like that. So the only thing I found that year was one gift box in Walmart that had a manger scene. The gift box was gorgeous. Like, I still have it to this day. They had one gift box. That was it. Nothing else. No other store. No other place. And I ended up having to buy the gift box and then taking the lids off, because it was two in one, a bigger one and a smaller one. Taking the lids off because the decor was like, the scenery was on the lid of the boxes. So I took the lids of the boxes, poked a hole in them, and made them my wall decor, because there was nothing else I could find. Nothing else, no place else I could go that had it. And now I come in Hobby Lobby all these years later, and it just took me back to that, and it was nice to see it. And it's Christmas prayer. I hope I see more of that. I never saw like a specific prayer for Christmas. That would be cool to have one like that. But this aisle, and obviously in Hobby Lobby, of course, they're going to have it. All of the things you want. If you just want religious-based Christmas, if you want Jesus-based Christmas, they have it, and they have it in different types of things. So you don't have to run around your city like I did. You don't have to look for things like I did. One-stop shop, Hobby Lobby. And this I greatly appreciate, because somebody finally got the memo. They have the Christmas countdown. I never done it before. I don't really see a point in that, but I did like the one that they had in here. Well, like sometimes I do see some that I like, but they had some in here. I think they had 2 or 3 different ones that had mangers. They didn't put out anyone that's like not religious based or anything that's just plain and simple and nothing neither here nor there. But they did have the Christmas countdown. And here's where we get to the wreaths. Now, I know I said it was a few wreaths for fall that they have in there that I said, okay, that's just too much. Some of the wreaths and some of the garland for Hobby Lobby for Christmas, absolutely not. I mean, look at this one right here, $139.99 for that. I mean, I'm sorry, give me a break. There is no way in the world. I'm just being honest. I'm always going to be honest. They were truly out of their minds with some of these prices, and I mean that. And it's like the quality. I mean, they have good quality. Like I said, they have good quality overall. I like their prices, regular price or sell. But some of this stuff for Christmas, it was ridiculous. And the wreaths are the number one thing. And the wreaths and the garland are the number one things. One of the garlands was like $130 or something, and it was like, why? Why are these things that expensive? Because we all know they're made in China. So can you justify to me why it costs that much? I know people are going to make prices higher for profit and things like that, and I have no problem with that. But this is just no. And that Christmas tree, I was lit up. I didn't know. I showed that Christmas tree earlier, the one I just held up, but it wasn't lit up. I just shook it. But apparently there was batteries in one, so I pressed on. And it actually lit up. You can't even tell, but it's way better even turned on with the light glowing and the glitter just floating around there. So that was a really cute one. But yeah, even this price for this wreath right here, why? Why does this cost so much? It's nothing to it. I can go and buy all the materials I need from Michaels or Joann Fabrics or even from Hobby Lobby themselves and put that together myself. No, but they had nice ones, but some of those prices, I'm insulted. That's how high they were. But I digress. Now, something I do during the Christmas season, and I tell other people to do it, is look for everything you need for other seasons during Christmas. Here's my little hint, because you will not find as many things as you find at Christmas and during any other time. They have, even though it's Christmas and it has the typical colors, they will have all the colors you need, all the styles you need, all the flowers, all the signs, everything you need, they will have it. Like with the garland, with the lights, I go crazy with the string lights, because I already know the string lights, depending on the quality, I already know they're not going to last. But I'm telling you now, get your stuff for some of the stuff you want for fall for next year. if you once you get to Christmas, if you realize you need some things to fall, you can get it then. Like I get my some of my string lights. I have gold and orange string lights that I got during Christmas, because you're not going to really find those during fall. Now they do have them now more. They have the string lights. It's always the same 3 colors though, with the brown string. You know, it's green during Christmas, it's brown. So they do have that. But if you're looking for Valentine's Day, go during Christmas season, because you'll find all the red, all the pink, white, and all the colors that you use for Valentine's Day. You'll find them then. For spring, multiple colors. And even for Independence Day, because Independence Day I use blue garland and things like that. You're not going to find that during Independence Day season. You're not going to find that during 4th of July, Juneteenth, Memorial Day. They don't have that then. So my suggestion to you, my tip to you, is shop for all year round season during Christmas. And it's not even difficult. When you look at something and you stand there, you're like, oh, this would be good to use here, because there's garland here. And I'm like, while I was in the store, I was like, this would be good during Valentine's Day. This would be good doing this. And I do that all the time. So because I do that, obviously I buy it when it's on sale. I'm never going to buy something that's out of season full price. So it's even better because the price is cheap too. Shop for all of your seasons during Christmas, because Christmas has the most stuff you will find in all the colors for anything you're looking for. And it's a real tip. I've told my sisters, I told my friends, I told my family, whenever they look for something, they always say when they come over, how did you get this stuff? Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get that from? And I'm like, well, I got it during Christmas, and I got it 50, 60, 75% off. During Christmas? Yes, during Christmas. I got it during Christmas, because that's when you should shop for your other seasons. It is a real tip that I think people should follow. Try it, and I'm going to be proven right if you do. Go shop for your other seasons now. Well, not now, because it's not Christmas yet. Once Christmas kicks in gear, go shopping for it. Trust me. The Grinch owl was so adorable. They had so many things. They had I think they only had 2 characters though. I think they only had the Grinch and his little dog. I forgot what his dog's name is. But this was just the cutest owl. It was 2.5 hours worth, I believe. I want to say it's 2.5 hours worth. And it's just so cute. And then they have, even, I was talking, but they have the one mug where one side he's naughty and the other side he's nice. And it even says naughty and nice inside the mug. I was flipping back and forth, and I was trying to figure out what the right one was, because, you know, like I said, looking through the lens, you're not really seeing anything. You're just getting it on recording it on video. But then when I actually looked at it, and I said, wait, there are 2 different faces. And it says naughty and nice. And it's like, oh, okay. It's a naughty and nice mug. It's the cutest mug. It's good for apple cider. It's good for whatever you want to put in there. Even soups, because it's a big mug. I'm going to get that mug. I'm definitely going to get that. I'm probably, while you're watching this now, I'm probably in Hobby Lobby getting it, because I want to make sure I snag it up. That was just the cutest mug. They had so many nice things for the Grinch owl, for the Grinch collection. And I feel like they're going to put out a little bit more, because, again, it's fall season. And fall hasn't even started yet, but it's fall season. So I think the Grinch collection is going to only get bigger, and I'm going to look into it. So I think I feel like the Grinch collection is going to be popular, because it's cute, it's well made, and just only a couple prices, in my opinion, were really high, but it's a cute collection. And I think if you go in and you see it in person, it's even cuter. I loved it. Okay, so I didn't hit the mug yet. I wasn't paying attention when I was talking the other time, but this is where the mug is. Here's the mug. Here it is, right here. It's the mug, his little face, where he's so nice right here on this side, and it says nice on one side, and you flip it over and it says naughty. Because it was at first it looks like it's the same face, but there actually is a difference. See, this is the naughty side. You can see what that little evil smirk he has when it goes all the way up to his ears, and this is the nice side, and you can tell You can tell the most because the eye shapes are a little different, and when he's nice, they're bigger, and they try to give him doe eyes, but it's the Grinch. Obviously, he's not gonna have doe eyes, but he has the big little innocent eyes, and they're kind of more oval that goes on a slant, and other ones when he's naughty are kind of up and down, and that little smile, that little evil grin goes up even higher. That's my mug. I'm getting it. Go out and get it too. I know you want it. Let's have a mug together. Let's have a little hot apple cider, hot toddy little party in that mug. Not in the mug, but with the mug. You know what I'm saying. There were nutcrackers for everybody. I grew up, my mom loves her a good nutcracker. She has a lot of them. So back in the day, the nutcracker she had though didn't actually crack nuts. I would always take a nut and go and lower the lever and get it to break. I broke a few of them back then. Sorry, Mom, because I'm like, it's a nutcracker. If it's a nutcracker, it should be able to do it. But they have nutcrackers, and I don't know if they actually crack walnuts and things like that. But matter of fact, when I go back in there, I'm gonna check and I'm gonna see, and I'll let you guys know. But they have a lot of nutcrackers with different colors. I'm noticing it's not new, but I'm mentioning now that for the last few years, the nutcrackers, they've changed up their themes. It's not the typical standing there soldier. It's pretty much all look the same, only different colors. Now they have different colors and different themes. Like you saw the one nutcracker, he was grilling. A grilling nutcracker? Okay. So you could take that, you can use that during the summertime. That doesn't even have to be for Christmas. It'll be weird because the nutcracker and thing, but at the same time, why not? They have the pirate, they have the pastel colors. You can use that during Resurrection, Easter season. So they have nutcrackers. They're decent sized too. They had some that were really small, and they had the medium sized ones. And I get the feeling that they're going to get really big ones. I can't say that for a fact. I just feel like they're going to get really large ones. So I'm also going to be a lookout for that. They also have Santas. They have Santas in a few different styles. They have some who look more relaxed and more cool Santa, and then they had the more I gotta get these gifts out Santa. And this Santa, like, he had a tree. I don't know why Santa would be carrying a Christmas tree, but my guess is that he has to give it to a child who can't afford one. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And this one has a wreath, which is cute, in his little bag. I don't know why he has like garland and stuff in there either, but again, maybe he's going to go decorate somebody's house, or he's going over to his house and come from cutting down in his yard and decorating his house, who knows. But they have Santas. They have the everything isn't out yet, but they do have Santas. You can get an idea of the kind of Santas they're going to have, and they're probably going to end up with more. And I don't know if they're going to end up with Mrs. Clauses, because if I'm going to go with Santa, I personally want Mrs. Claus as well. But so far, they have a few Santa selections, and they're more laid back. They're not too on the nose with who Santa is and how Santa is. Now, they didn't really have anything for baking, and you know, Christmas is like the cookies, cupcakes, and all that baking season. They don't have anything out yet for that, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because I love to bake all the time. Whatever it is, if it goes in the oven, I'm there. If it goes on the stove, forget about it, because I hate cooking. The only thing I make on the stove really is lasagna, because that's the only thing I can tolerate making, and then that ends up going in the oven, so it makes sense. But I love baking, so I'm really excited about the baked goods. I don't know what I'm going to do this year yet. I kind of want to try something different. I want to maybe do different. I tried sometimes with the cookie. One season I tried with these cookie cutters, the cookie shapes. It came out so bad. Like, the cookies were huge, because the cookie cutters, like the shapes of the cookie cutters, they were large. So now I'm like, I feel like you should go smaller if you're looking for cookie cutters. And then, like, don't forget, put the dough in the fridge for a couple of minutes and then put it in the oven. That's a little baking tip. I loved all the boxes here. Sorry, my voice is just kind of hoarse today. I loved all the boxes here, especially the one that's like furry, the tan one, and then this glitter one. I think these, I put fake boxes underneath my tree, and I don't just put them underneath my tree. I try to figure out where I can put them at. Because I put up 2 trees. I put up 1 tree in my hall, and I put 1 tree down in the living room, and I put gifts under each of them. And I usually have like smaller ones. I put a lot under there, but I'm over that. I started getting bigger ones, but it's usually like the ones that are roll boxes that you could put stuff in, and I don't really want that. Even though it did come in handy when I just had leftover decorations or stuff that I just didn't know what to do with. I just threw it in there and left it under the tree. I should have put it away with the rest of the stuff, but at that point, I just didn't care. I was like, look, I'll just put it in here. It's all Christmas. I'll see it when I take everything down. But the decorative boxes in here, I love them. I definitely want the gold ones. They had different sizes, so if you see the price, first of all, this green one was hideous. I looked at this thing and I'm just like, no, it's a patch of grass with a bow around it. I can do that myself, but I do get, based on the way the bottom is, I feel like it's supposed to go outside, and since it's supposed to go outside probably, now I appreciate it looking at it now. But now that makes sense. And if you had a lot of those in different sizes and different shapes, that would actually be a nice little look. So now I get it. I do appreciate it now, because in store I was just going on about how ugly that thing was, and it was ugly. But now, since I can see it, visualize it outside, I like it. And this is the box that I'm obsessed with. I have to get this box. And all these boxes, other than the grass one, they come in different sizes. So if you see me pulling out multiple boxes, like, isn't that the same one? It's the same one in a different size. I think that most of them just had large and medium. I don't think any of them had really large, medium, and small. So this is the biggest I think can win, and then slightly smaller than that, so the prices deviate just a little bit. But I love these boxes. You see my thumbs up. I love that box, and I want to even have it in this one. This one's nice too. It's not as nice as the other one, but this is nice too. And these were like furry. They had a fur texture to them, where the other ones were like a lot of glitter, and if you touch it, it's going to get glitter all on your hands. So if you don't want to mess with that, a lot of people don't like that, don't get those. But those were more open, and the bottom was open, so that's something to think about if that matters to you. And if you have cats, I feel like they won't damage any of these boxes. I'm speaking as somebody who has cats and who they live on those boxes that I put down, so I feel like with these boxes they'll be okay. But I'm going to be honest, the ones with fur that I love, more than likely they'll scratch them. They'll just go like, you know what, this is my scratching post, I'm scratching on it, and still you'll have to have a water bottle ready to spray them. But other than that, I think those are pet safe, probably. You know your pet better than I do, but I think they're pet safe, at least for mine, some of them anyway. Now, last year I was on the move for reindeer. There were 2 medium size, I guess you could say, gold reindeer that they had in Ross, and I ran back and I got them because I was being cheap. I'll be honest, I was being cheap. I looked and I saw them. They were only $11, and I said, wow, these are nice. These will go perfect under the tree. But I'm not paying for those 2 because I would have had to get 2 of them. And then I got home and I said that was stupid. I ran back the next day after work or so, and I ran and I got it. So this year I'm looking for more reindeer. I want the bigger ones. Like these can stand up. The ones I have are kind of this size. But this reindeer, is that not fabulous? I love that reindeer. I want something more along the lines. The ones I have are like this size. I want something that are this size and maybe kind of bigger, not too big, but a little bit bigger, because underneath the tree. And this year, I already know, because my mind goes there ahead of time. I'm not thinking about Christmas, but my mind does go there. I'm doing silver and gold in my living room, and having large silver and gold reindeer, even though it's going to be like all Jesus, I'm going to stick some reindeer under there. I think that would be so awesome to have those reindeer. So I'm on the lookout for more reindeer, and I'm debating on getting the one in hair that was gold, because that was a really nice one. Very gorgeous. And that is it for Hobby Lobby Week, ladies and gentlemen. Ending with a bang, ending with a surprise, a Christmas preview, and you'll see all of the Christmas stuff when it comes out. All of the new stuff. I'm not going to film the stuff I already did. That would be silly. I hope you enjoyed it. We're off to Lowe's for a quick trip next week. Don't forget to tune back in. I'm your hostess and Empress Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces!